Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. Bravo reportedly rebooting RHONJ around Joe Gorga's comedic appeal. The Real Housewives of New Jersey may be heading in a new and funnier direction. Following a darker and drama-heavy few seasons, Bravo is reportedly considering reshaping season 15 around Joe Gorga's comic energy, according to a production source cited by Oka magazine. Things are constantly evolving in the world of RHONJ, but right now there seems to be a strong emphasis on Joe Gorga and the humor he brings to the screen, the insider said. The move could mark a significant tonal shift for the franchise, which has been on an unofficial pause as Bravo decides how to move forward. Unsurprisingly, this would also signal the return of Melissa Gorga, Joe's wife, as a full-time cast member. The source noted Melissa's renewed willingness to film with sister-in-law Teresa Giudice, something she previously resisted, as a key factor in her staying power. According to the insider, Melissa understands the assignment. Yes, they've had a rocky history, but Melissa understands that this is a job, the source said. She knows that avoiding Teresa entirely on camera only caused more issues. Bravo is also said to be placing renewed emphasis on minimizing off-camera drama. Melissa is ready to do what's necessary to save her spot on the show, and to help keep the franchise alive, the source added. Several other core cast members are also rumored to be safe. Dolores Catania, for instance, recently made a crossover appearance on The Real Housewives of Rhode Island, a sign that Bravo may still be invested in her storyline. As reported by Oak magazine, Margaret Josephs is another name expected to return. Other than Teresa, Melissa, and Dolores, Margaret is the only RHONJ star invited to BravoCon, the insider said. If Bravo were planning to let her go, she definitely wouldn't be at BravoCon. The network is also looking to introduce some new cast members while avoiding the pitfalls of past reboots. Bravo's full cast overhaul of The Real Housewives of New York City in 2023 was met with mixed reviews and lower than expected ratings, something they appear keen to avoid repeating. They're not going to make that mistake with RHONJ, the source insisted. Even though there were internal discussions about whether or not to bring the show back, fan demand has been overwhelming. While nothing has been confirmed by Bravo, Watch What Happens Live host Andy Cohen recently said a decision about the show's future is coming soon. In the meantime, season 15 is reportedly still in active development, and these core women, alongside a few fresh faces, may be leading the way. Bravo has declined to comment on casting decisions for upcoming seasons. For more than a decade, The Real Housewives of New Jersey, RHONJ, has thrived on intense family feuds, explosive dinner parties, and those infamous table flips that launched the franchise into pop culture history. But according to multiple insider whispers, Bravo may be steering the Garden State drama in a surprisingly new and undeniably entertaining direction, rebooting the show around Joe Gorga and his unique brand of comedic appeal. A shift from chaos to comedy. The series has historically relied heavily on deep-rooted family tensions and personal betrayals, often focusing on the tumultuous relationship between Teresa Giudice and her brother Joe Gorga. Yet, while viewers were captivated by their drama, it was Joe's sharp one-liners, hilarious facial expressions, and natural ability to lighten any tense moment that often stole the show. From hopping on tables to cracking jokes about his height and marriage, Joe has been an unexpected comedic gem in the world of reality TV. Insiders claim Bravo executives have long considered a shift away from the exhausting family warfare that has defined much of the show's recent seasons. People are burnt out on the fighting, especially when it's the same fight season after season. One production source reportedly shared, "Joe brings a different energy. He's funny, he's approachable, and he gives viewers the levity they crave in between the drama." What could the reboot look like? The rumored reboot wouldn't necessarily erase the Housewives entirely, but it could reframe the show to spotlight the men of Jersey and their unique dynamics, with Joe serving as the central figure. Imagine a reality series where Joe and his fellow Jersey husbands, a fan-favorite crew that includes Frank Catania, Joe Benigno, and Bill Aydin, take center stage. Their poker nights, vacation shenanigans, and business ventures could finally get the narrative weight that fans often clamor for on social media. And with Joe's background in real estate, construction, and motivational speaking, there's plenty of content beyond the usual wine tosses and screaming matches. One production insider reportedly described the pitch as a mix between RHONJ and a buddy comedy reality format. It's like Entourage meets the Jersey suburbs, with Joe as the lead comic personality holding it all together. Joe Gorga, reluctant star or perfect headliner? Joe Gorga has never been shy about the spotlight. From his book, The Gorga Guide to Success, to his stand-up comedy tour, yes, he's actually tried stand-up, Joe has consistently leaned into his humorous side. Fans have noted that while his wife, Melissa Gorga, often carries the traditional housewife storylines about businesses and friendships, Joe tends to deliver the scenes that go viral. Whether he's showing up shirtless to construction sites or accidentally slipping into a pool while trying to be suave, his comedic timing is undeniable. If the reboot indeed centers around him, it wouldn't be the first time a Real Housewives husband took on a more prominent role, but it would be the first time one carried the series conceptually. That's a huge lead for Bravo, traditionally focused on the women's perspectives. Will the women still play a role? Fans worried about losing their favorite housewives might not need to panic just yet. Early speculation suggests the reboot could split screen time more evenly between the women and the men, highlighting how both sides of the group navigate life, marriage, and business in New Jersey. Melissa Gorga would, of course, remain a central figure, as would longtime cast members like Dolores Catania. But what about Teresa Giudice? That's where things get tricky. The Teresa versus Melissa feud has driven RHONJ's most iconic story arcs, but even Bravo executives seem to feel it's time for something new. Teresa's marriage to Louis Rulas and her ongoing estrangement from Joe and Melissa have cast a permanent shadow over the cast dynamic. Some insiders believe Teresa may transition into a more guest appearance role, allowing Joe and Melissa to breathe new life into the narrative. Fan reactions, hopeful or hesitant? News of the potential Joe Gorga-focused reboot has already sparked chatter across social media. On Reddit, one fan wrote, "Joe Gorga is actually hilarious. If they give him more airtime, I'm in." Another countered, "I watch Housewives for the women, not for Joe's jokes. Please don't turn this into the Real Husbands of New Jersey." Indeed, Bravo faces a delicate balance. They can't alienate longtime viewers who tune in for glamorous fashion, messy friendships, and dramatic confrontations. At the same time, the network is aware that reality TV as a whole is shifting. Viewers are seeking lighter, more escapist content in the wake of years of heavy on-screen conflict.